Okay, I'm Tories Haraldson, and I'm the E3A coordinator here at Montana State University in Bozeman. And for today's technical short webinar, I'm going to walk through the basics of the exploratory program trunks that we have available for checkout here. Okay, slide advanced. I'll kick things off with an overview of the trunks, what they are, what they're for, and how they fit into the E3A curriculum. Then I'll run through each trunk kind of individually and spotlight it and outline the demonstrations and learning objectives that are included for each trunk. And then I'll tell you how to get a trunk if you're interested in borrowing one, and then I'll wrap things up and we'll try to answer any questions that you might have. All right, so the main goal today is to just get the word out that there are 4 trunks of supplies available at your request that are designed to be used with the E3A exploratory programs included in the E3A User's Guide supplement that comes with the toolkit. The trunks are a great resource for enhancing lessons and changing things up with hands-on learning opportunities. The trunks come, as shown, packed in Rubbermaid action packers, and they're available for lessons on lighting, excuse me, insulation, storm windows, and there's one for air leakage and infiltration. So each trunk has a corresponding teacher's guide included, and that outlines a lesson that can be taught using the materials included in the trunk. The learning objectives and vocabulary that will be used in the lesson are highlighted in the introduction on the first page. And the lesson leader is pointed to all the relevant handouts and home energy fact sheets that are part of the toolkit. The body of the teaching guides outline a demonstration plan that utilizes the materials included in the trunk. And the demonstration plan is broken down into segments, and those segments have an estimated duration to help keep you on schedule. And they also include a description of the materials used or the actions required by the leader in each segment. The exploratory programs, which are part of the User's Guide supplement in the E3A toolkit, include workshop plans with ideas for changing it up even more and adding more variety to the teaching format. They include video suggestions and ideas for guest speakers and even some tours. Okay, on to the trunks. The lighting trunk is designed to demonstrate differences in electrical consumption, heat output, and light color and intensity between the numerous bulb types that are commonly available in the market today. The demonstrations outlined in that demonstration plan I mentioned utilize a What's Up Pro power analyzer and data logger, and that really helps the learners visualize these differences. The learners will also practice searching out information on watts, lumens, light color, etc. on a variety of the packaging methods that get used with bulbs today. Okay, the insulation trunk is designed to facilitate understanding of functional and practical insulation treatment options that are cost-effective within a reasonable payback period. And it also highlights the differences in insulation materials, including their R values, their respective costs, and the ease of installation. The demonstrations outlined in that demonstration plan utilize visual aids to explain the different types of heat transfer and compare the different insulating techniques used in various parts of the home. And then they use samples of a wide variety of insulation materials to guide discussion on their best uses. And that part of it really incorporates the participants' personal experiences. And the trunk for storm windows and window treatments facilitates understanding of functional and aesthetic window treatment options that are, again, cost-effective within a reasonable payback period, and assists the workshop leader in comparing and contrasting energy-saving options for retrofitting existing windows or for selecting new ones. The segments outlined in the demonstration plan for that trunk utilize a variety of window treatment samples that will guide discussion on the basics of heat transfer and their various R values, installation costs, and other pros and cons. And the samples include window glazes, different sash, jamb, and frame materials, and some thermal curtain options. And here are a couple examples of the more eye-catching thermal curtains in the kit. And last but not least, the air leakage and infiltration trunk facilitates exploration of air sealing retrofits, weatherization and moisture control techniques, and the building science behind air infiltration. The segments in that demonstration plan begin by exploring heating fuel prices, and there's a discussion of return on investment, utilizing personal experiences in the participants again. And the focus then turns to comparing and contrasting the types of construction designs, causes of air leakage, different testing methods for air leakage, and as well sealing methods and moisture management. And so you can contact me by email or phone to request a trunk, or you can call Mike Vogel's office here on campus, which is the Housing and Environmental Health Office. For those of you in Montana, we can often find a free ride to get the trunk to your door. But for people elsewhere, or for people in Montana who are on a tighter schedule than finding someone out there in the extension network to get it to you, your rental fee is simply the round-trip shipping and insurance charges to get that shipped to your door. And finally, if you've rented a trunk and notice there's something missing or broken, or if you think of an item that you think would be really great to include in trunks that we already have, or if you have a great idea for a new trunk, we'd love to hear from you. We're always looking for ways to improve the E3A curriculum and improve those trunks as well. So if you have any questions, I will take a look at that now. Let's see. Okay, I have a question about needing prior knowledge to use these trunks. I think some prior knowledge is definitely helpful. I think the extension professionals and other professionals that might be in a place to be requesting these trunks to lead a class probably have some adequate baseline knowledge. There's quite a bit of literature included in the trunk, and I would definitely recommend looking through what's there, ordering the trunk with enough time to look things over and make sure that you're familiar enough with it to ask some questions if you need to. But I think probably most people participating today would have a good start on the background knowledge that would be needed to use these trunks effectively. Sorry, I'm juggling quite a few panels to try and look at people's questions and not have them cut off where I can't see them. Also, how about youth applications? You know, I would say for an older group that it might be appropriate. Maybe a high school like, what do they call that, VOTEC classes where they're learning about such things. I don't think it would be terribly appropriate to younger children, but I would leave that up to the person leading the group and who might have knowledge of the group's prior background and why they're interested in taking the class in the first place. Let's see, what else? Are they good for displays? Do they always need to be supervised? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there. I'm guessing that this means to be set up and then left alone. I would say probably not. There's a lot of small parts that I would think could get lost. And I really think the strength in these is with the demonstration guide, that there's someone facilitating a lesson there, and I wouldn't think that learners would get nearly as much out of it if just left to look through the pieces and parts by themselves. So let's see, how would we need to arrange payment for shipping? That is a good question. I might defer to Milt on that, if you can unmute and answer that. I haven't actually been around to ship one of these to someone, so I'm not sure how that's been handled in the past.
Sure, glad to help, Tori. How that's worked in the past is obviously the return shipping, you just pay to ship it and insure it. But in the past, for instance, when it's been sent down to me, we've had the lighting kit around Wyoming quite a bit. It was shipped to me, and then Montana State simply invoiced us for the charges to get it down here, and then of course we handle distributing it in the state. And if somebody does want it to come down into Wyoming, I'm happy to facilitate some of that and help out with some funding to get it here, there, or wherever. I don't know where that question's coming from, but we're happy to assist here in Wyoming.
And a follow-up on that, do you have any idea on the lead time necessary to get them shipped? I think from our end, we could get it out of here within a day or two, but I'm not sure how they do. Montana seems to be somewhat of a black hole for shipping things. I'm always late on birthday cards, so and through no fault of my own, so I'm not sure how long things take to get to various places. Milt, any experience with how long things take to get from point A to point B once they've left point A?
Yeah, all I have to say is plan ahead helps. One, it's easier for you to get it out, and for those of you that had to ship something around the West, you'd certainly like to send this the low-cost method, not 2-day if possible. It gets really pretty expensive. For instance, I mean, the lighting kit I think weighs 40 pounds, and you got to tape it closed and get it all packed up, so it's not exactly a super cheap item to ship, but certainly cheaper than assembling all this stuff on your own.
Yeah,
much cheaper.
Yeah, so Sharon, I think we can get it out the door here with fairly quick turnaround, but left to the whims of shipping once it leaves our door, I can't speak to that, but I think Milt saying plan ahead is a good piece of advice. And then Don asked, could we get an inventory of the supplies in each trunk and the teaching guides that go with them? Absolutely. I tried to take a really good picture of each one, and I think that this webinar will go back up on the E3A website so that you can review that and see what's there. I can do my best to make a written inventory of the trunks, and the teaching guides are, I don't think, up on the web. All the supplemental stuff should be in your user's guide with your toolkit. But yeah, shoot me an email and I can send you PDFs of those teaching guides as well.
And Tori, if I can just chime in here, we will get this stuff up on the web now that we've got it updated again and ready to go. So we'll get the teaching tools and everything up there to share. And most of those do have an inventory that go with them, although like anything, for instance, a lighting kit, it's evolved over time as new LEDs have come out and whatnot. They've been added to the kit. But we will work to get a complete list of what's in there, especially for accountability when it goes out and comes back.
Yeah, I was thinking a laminated itemized list would be a great thing to be sticking in with all of these as they start getting shipped all over the place. So any other questions? All right, well, thank you everyone for participating, and please take a second to fill out that survey when it pops up, and yeah, have a great week.